When you real, you ain't gotta say it, people will say it for you. They all scream real, but how many you scream loyal? Never went with the grain, I always been a standout. I robbed me a nigga before asking him for a handout.
And I spit grills, 1,000+ degrees out my grill. Douse some seed, large amounts bleed out at will. I lost count, words spill, verbal weapon, murder, kill. Surface like insurgent, swerving worse than purple pill. Knowledge is everything, acknowledge me real. Has a double barrel Mossberg, you swallowed the steel. Corpse and coffin, of course cozy enough for you to crawl in. Clothes with no portrait, put your organs in the auction. Broke toss to blase, you soft as Rico Suave. I'm hard out the driveway, exhaust on Ducati. Lack body bag, bones baking in blood. Spat poetry, point at the podium and plug. Poison paragraphs, punish slugs, was a judge. One love fell in a puddle of mud. Bound by a thug life and cuddling guns. With the buzzards in the jungle type struggle for crumbs.
When you real, you ain't gotta say it, people will say it for you. They all scream real, but how many you scream loyal? Never went with the grain, I always been a standout. I robbed me a nigga before asking him for a handout. So if you hear me, Lord, crash this train. If you hear me, please crash this train. Wrong track, strapped, drowning in pain. So if you hear me, please crash this train.
Take a walk in my shoes, these open wounds got me walking in pain. When Mizzle died, I cried and shit was never the same. We all bleed, but you could never cover the stain. My father would always tell me we the strongest they came. We cut different, the hating's real, but the love isn't still. Smoking first, then ask you what drug is. I'm strapped back to the basics, hit a base hit in my A6. I'm loyal to all my niggas and realer than all you fakers. I die before I tell. Ride or sit in jail, outlaw, hack mob, we live, you dead as hell. Make a pasta with you, you full of shells. Or let that Mossberg hit you all in the grill.
When you real, you ain't gotta say it, people will say it for you. They all scream real, but how many you scream loyal? Never went with the grain, I always been a standout. I robbed me a nigga before asking him for a handout. So if you hear me, Lord, crash this train. If you hear me, please crash this train. Wrong track, strapped, drowning in pain. So if you hear me, please crash this train.
It's me. A lot of niggas mad at my current situation. I keep it calm, cause hating had you caught in litigation. Elimination for niggas infiltrating, yeah, that's basic. And as for all the gossip, reciprocate the motivation. I see their faces when I ride by, they despise. When I hop out, they wanna high five. I know they fake, so it's high. Hit the la-la, then it's boom, bye-bye. Take a bitch back to my high rise. I fly, pledge allegiance to my alter ego. He conceited, got him heated. Ass rape, he could see it. Really mean it, full of pride, can't ask for help. Them getting me, nah, I'd rather blast this out.
Lord, if you can hear me, please crash this train. I've been ducking the rain for years, trying to escape this pain. Lost for rock, stony rock, shot buzz and maze. And 3 out of 4 was buried in the dirt last year. Fresh wounds, fresh scars, tears rolling down my eyes. Niggas screaming that they're loyal, but I know that's just a lie. I jukes a nigga before I asked Hussein for a handout. An outcast that stands out with some outlaws that'll ride out, never hide out. I'm waiting for the reaper to get me 10 toes down, blowing sour, sipping on Henny. Heart ice cold, love just don't live here no more. This way there's a lack of compassion when it's time for war.
When you real, you ain't gotta say it, people will say it for you. They all scream real, but how many you scream loyal? Never went with the grain, I always been a standout. I robbed me a nigga before asking him for a handout. So if you hear me, Lord, crash this train. If you hear me, please crash this train. Wrong track, strapped, drowning in pain. So if you hear me, please crash this train.